The Long Beach International Film Festival is kicking off its 9th year of screenings. One of the films featured this year is called 86'd. It's a film about how the pandemic changed the restaurant industry in New York City. The director, Rob Petrone, joining me with more this morning. Hi, Rob.
How's it going, Rosanna?
Great. Why did you choose to focus on the restaurant industry?
Well, I had a TV show that aired on FOX5 News for about 9 years called Restaurant Hunter. And so when FOX5 News ended its run in November of 2019, and then, of course, you fast forward a few months and we have a global pandemic on our hands. And, of course, the restaurant industry was hit very hard and still has been hit very hard. Myself and some of my Restaurant Hunter colleagues decided that, why not us tell this story, As you know, the whole TV industry was kind of shut down in a sense. The kind of shows that we were doing weren't exactly being shot right away in March of 2020. And so we decided to put technology to use and do kind of what we're doing right now. We've gotten so used to seeing people being interviewed via Zoom on the news and other media outlets. We've made a documentary where almost all of the interviews are done via Zoom because
Wow.
It was the moment.
I'm
it was
looking
exactly
at it.
what was going on. Yeah.
I'm looking at part of the scene of this, the movie right now. I see the interviews are done via Zoom, but there looks like there's some, visuals where you had your cameras out there.
Yes, we did. I got to work with a talented group of individuals who worked with me on Restaurant Hunter. So we already had that camaraderie going. And it was one of those situations where we all chipped in. So we had two main videographers, Christian McLaren and Carl Fernandez, but even our editors, Grant Thonak and Pete Fiorillo, also jumped out there and shot video. And it was tricky because, we're trying to figure out, how do we do this, but how do we do it safely? So it's like at the beginning, we're shooting from very far away and masked and trying to take every precaution. And, as the story advances, you start to learn more information about what's safer and what can we do. I say the hardest thing about doing this documentary is that it was a moving target because information on this story keeps changing, as we learn more. And so even the end of this documentary, we shot some all the way up until, late May, early June. And even that ending now, it feels almost like, did we nail it? I don't know, because Delta variant is here now.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Again. Exactly.
We're praying for the best, Rob.
Capsule.
Yeah.
But it was meant to be a time capsule. So you're capturing that moment in time.
So, Rob, what restaurants did you focus on? Are they mostly Long Island restaurants?
No. So actually, it was, it's 86, how a global pandemic rocked the world's culinary capital. So a lot of it is New York City based. And in New York City, we talked to Wilson Tang, who is the operator of Namwa Tea Parlor, Chinatown's oldest restaurant. Chip Wade, who is Danny Meyer's #2 at Union Square Hospitality Group. We also talked with Andy Nusser, who's chef partner at Casamono, Michelin-starred restaurant as well. So we did a lot of stuff in the city, but then also we took this thing to ground zero in Westchester County in New Rochelle. Talked to a chef and restaurateur, Jerry DeJesus, who had a restaurant in the containment zone back in March of 2020. Talked to an ice cream shop owner, Ellen Sledge, who was believed to have the virus in March of 2020. And I say believed because, as you remember, back then, we were not testing the way we're testing now. And so it goes to show you, again, just how this thing was a moving target and how quickly things are changing. And we almost forget sometimes just how much things have changed in a year and a half. Oh,
sadly, I remember a lot of it. Rob Petrone, though, we have a little clip from your movie, 86. Let's take a look.
Our sous chefs inside Union Square Cafe had some fever-like symptoms.
My neck was like I swallowed a hummingbird.
I did deliveries until a colleague of mine passed away.
So, Rob, how can we see this film?
Yeah, so the Long Beach International Film Festival, we are premiering there this Thursday night. It starts at 8:30. It's free. And the beauty is it's screening on the beach. So you're going to be literally toes in the sand, outdoors, which is about as safe a thing as you can do right now. And the tickets are free, but you need to go to longbeachfilm.com. longbeachfilm.com. You can register, get your tickets. You know, it's an emotional film, but I think if anything positive comes out of it, you also see the resilience of a lot of amazing people.
We are intrepid. Rob Petrone, so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for sharing your film with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Rosanna.
All right, coming up.